Hello, my dear children. I hope you all are fine. Today, we all are going to do chapter 10 from English course book. The name of the chapter is A Strange Case. Okay, so this chapter is adapted from The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by R.L. Stevenson. If you want to see the story, the full story, you can find it in the YouTube itself. Okay, and this is just a short part of that story. The name of the story is A Strange Case, and it is adapted from The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, written by R. Stevenson. So, cold blooded murderers by a strange creature in an English town have made headlines. Nobody has any clue about the true identity of this monstrous being, ready on to fight the mystery unraveling. So, cold blooded murderers means the murderer who doesn't have any pity. Okay, cold blooded means those murderers who don't have any pity in killing any person. Okay, so cold blooded murderers who was also a strange creature, those were in the headlines of an English town. So nobody had any clue about true identity. Who was that monstrous being? He was a different kind of monstrous type of thing, and no one had any clue how he actually looked like. Okay, so read on to find the mystery unraveling. So let us see and let us read the story and let us see who is this cold-blooded murderer. So the clock had struck 12. Someone knocked gently on the door. I went to answer the doorbell. Sorry, the clock had struck 12. Someone knocked gently on the door. I went to answer the door myself. So the clock struck 12. At that time, the clock had struck 12, and somebody was knocking the door very gently. So here the narrator is telling that I went to answer the door myself. The narrator went to answer the door himself. So there was a small man crouching against the pillars of portico. So here, crouching, the meaning of crouching means being in a posture where the knees are bent and the upper body is brought forward down. Okay, so there was a small man who was crouching against the pillar of portico. Okay, he was crouching against the pillar of portico. Portico here means a roof supported by pillars at the entrance of building. So you can see in the picture itself, yes, you can see here in the picture that a man is that there was a small man crouching against the pillar. He is crouching against the pillar of the portico. So have you come from Dr. Jekyll's? I asked. So narrator here is asking to that person, have you come from Dr. Jekyll's? Yes, he replied. So that person who was looking different, who was crouching against the pillars of portico, so he replied yes. When I told him to enter, he threw a glance at the square as if he were searching for something. So when he was asked to enter the house, he threw a glance means he looked at the squares as if he was searching something. Okay, he was looking here and there in the tiles and the squares as if he was searching for something. There was a policeman not far off, advancing with his bull's eye open, and at the sight I thought my visitor started and made greater haste. So there was policeman no far means there was one policeman, and he was looking what these two people were doing. Okay, the policeman was having his sight to this two person, narrator and that man who was sitting below the pillars. Okay, So there was a policeman not far off advancing with his bull's eye open, and at the sight I thought my visitor started and made greater haste. So when policeman was looking at them, bull's eye means to look constantly at someone. Okay, so when policeman was looking at them constantly, the visitor, that unknown visitor, he started and made greater haste. Haste means he was in rush, he was in hurry. When policeman was looking at him, he was in little bit hurry. This person was dressed in a fashion that would have made an ordinary person laughable. His clothes, that is to say, although were of rich and sober fabric, were enormously large for him in every measurement. So that person, that unknown man, he was dressed in a fashion that would have been made an ordinary person laughable. So his, that means his cloth was, the cloth he was wearing was not a normal cloth, because they were very rich and so it was made up of good quality of fabric. Okay, it was made up of his clothes were made up of rich and sober fabric, but it was very much large. Enormously large means it was very much large for him in every measurement. When you wear clothes of like larger size of from your body, it looked different, right? It looked like it look funny thing, like it seems to be funny to you. So when that person was wearing that cloth, it was of good fabric, very rich and sober fabric, but it was very much large for him in every measurement. That was making that person looking funny. Okay, that person was looking funny. The trouser hung on his knees and were rolled up to keep them from the ground. The waist of the coat reached below his haunches, and the collar sprawled wide open upon his shoulders. So the trousers were hung on his leg and it was rolled up, so that the trouser he was wearing, it was very much long. Okay, it was very much long, and he had rolled. You know that if our trouser gets very much long, so we roll up those trousers, right? So in the same way, that person had rolled up his trouser to keep them away from the ground. So the waistcoat, he had wore waistcoat at that time, and that waistcoat reached below his haunches. Here the meaning of haunches means the top of legs and hips. So the coat he was wearing was reaching the tops of his leg and hips. That means the coat he was wearing was very long than his measurement, and the collar sprawled wide upon his shoulders. And the collar of his coat, it was coming to his shoulder. Okay, it was spreaded throughout his shoulder. That means this person was wearing, if we like if we are guessing, this person must be wearing the cloth of another person, right, which is not fitting for him. So we will stop the class till here. Okay, so what happens next we will see in the next class. I will read the full chapter in the next class, coming classes. Okay, now let us skip the class till here. Okay, till then, stay safe children, and please keep your book whenever we are doing any, whenever you are watching any video, please keep your book by your side so that you can read your book and you can learn the pronunciation. Okay, for your pronunciation clearance, I'm going to read the lesson we did today once again. Okay, so a strange case, as I have told you, it is adapted from The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by R.L. Stevenson. So the clock had struck 12. Someone knocked gently on the door. I went to answer the door myself. There was a small man crouching against the pillars of the portico. "Have you come from Dr. Jekyll's?" I asked. "Yes," he replied. When I told him to enter, he threw a glance at the square as if he were searching for something. There was a policeman not far off, advancing with his bull's eye open. and at the sight I thought my visitor started and made greater haste. This person was dressed in a fashion that would have made an ordinary person laughable. His clothes, that is to say, although were of rich and sober fabric, were enormously large for him in every measurement. The trousers hung on his legs and were rolled up to keep them from the ground. The waist of the coat reached below his haunches, and the collar sprawled wide upon his shoulders. So, children, please listen to the story carefully and please practice reading. Okay, this will increase your listening skill also and your reading skill also. Okay, thank you, class.